In this place, death doesn't begin with a hunt. It begins with a very small wound. And from that moment, everything starts to change. Death doesn't begin when you are killed. It begins from the moment you are no longer perfect. Savage Africa, when a wound becomes a death sentence. Dawn covers the Serengeti Plains. First light spreads across millions of hectares of grassland, where a new day begins with brutal survival races. This is wild Africa, where life is not guaranteed and death needs no reason. Every creature operates by unwritten law. There's no room for mistakes. A misstep, a miscalculation, or even just a small wound is enough to close everything. Here, a second chance simply doesn't exist. Whether predator or prey, all species are bound by the same set of rules, where there are no exceptions and no chance for correction. Lions are symbols of strength on the African plains. Adult males can weigh up to 250 kilograms with bite force enough to crush bones. But in the pride, a lioness carries a serious wound. Front leg broken after confrontation with a buffalo, making every step difficult. Lion leg bones bear force up to 4 times body weight when running. Such an injury nearly equates to losing a crucial survival advantage. The wound isn't just painful. It diminishes bodily function, triggering a chain of consequences that can lead to loss of survival capability. Not far away, a similar scenario is unfolding. The cheetah, fastest on land, can reach speeds up to 110 kilometers per hour. This speed comes with a harsh price. A body optimized for velocity makes the cheetah's body always carry risk of injury when changing direction or stopping suddenly during pursuit. It has torn thigh muscle after a failed acceleration. This means hunting ability severely diminished for many weeks to come. Without maximum speed, the cheetah has nearly lost its main survival weapon, while prey still maintains speeds far exceeding its current limits. Signs of weakness don't escape watching eyes. From the north, a pack of spotted hyenas moves, their noses having scented the wound. Hyenas don't need to excel in strength. They wait for opponents to weaken, then exploit numerical advantage to overwhelm any individual, gradually becoming exhausted. The cheetah recognizes danger. Survival instinct drives it to stand, but the injury doesn't allow reaching the speed necessary to escape. The only choice is to climb a tree, because climbing is a skill hyenas don't have. That's the last remaining hope for the injured cheetah. Spotted hyenas are predators possessing Africa's most complex social structure. Bite force stronger than even lions, enough to process even the hardest parts of prey. The cheetah approaches the tree base, looks up hesitating, but the injured leg doesn't create enough force, making it feel afraid as distance to the hyena pack gradually closes. After a few seconds of thought, it pulls its body onto a low branch, just beyond reach of jumps from below. Safety is only temporary. The cheetah can't stay in the tree long. It needs water and food, while hyenas are patient enough to wait until prey must come down. On the other side, the injured lioness has fallen behind. Many days without food cause the body to weaken, making recovery process nearly stagnant. Hunger silently erodes strength. Each passing day, mobility decreases gradually. Even standing up becomes a great challenge. But this law doesn't only apply to predators. Herbivores also live in similar fear, even more harsh. An injured zebra can't keep up with the herd. When separated from the group, it loses collective protection and quickly becomes a clear target. African wild dog pack has recognized the weakness. With large numbers and high hunting efficiency, they're among the most successful predators. Their tactics rely on endurance. The entire pack takes turns pursuing, forcing prey to run continuously until completely exhausted. With leg wound, the weakened zebra can't move. Distance gradually closes, encirclement tightens, and the outcome is only a matter of time. Fate has been decided. Wild dogs eat the prey on the spot. In nature, humanitarian concepts don't exist, only survival efficiency and life's continuation. Back at the acacia tree, the cheetah remains motionless. The hyena pack gradually leaves following blood scent from the wild dog's hunt, opening a rare opportunity to escape. The cheetah jumps down and runs away even though the leg is injured, but survival needs force it to act before the body becomes completely exhausted. The leg hurts less, ahead is small prey. The cheetah lowers its body, approaches slowly, utilizing all its concentration. Distance rapidly closes. The cheetah bursts in a short sprint, enough to bring down the target and have its first meal after many days. But small prey isn't enough for it to recover condition. While the wound is healing, survival pressure continues, and nothing guarantees tomorrow. In the south, the lioness has become exhausted. The pride has moved to new territory, leaving it behind according to an unchangeable survival law. Not long after, hyenas appear. Not one or two, but the entire pack. They slowly approach, assessing the remaining danger level of one who once topped the food chain. The lion roars, the sound hoarse and weak. Hyenas don't back down. They recognize the threat has disappeared, and the once hunter has become prey. The confrontation unfolds briefly and unequally. The lion tries to resist, but no longer has strength to maintain defense against coordinated attack waves from multiple sides. The one who once stood atop the food chain now becomes a life source for others. Roles change, but operating laws remain unchanged. But death isn't the end. It's transformation, where energy continues to be redistributed through many different links. The lion carcass quickly becomes food for many species, from hyenas, vultures, to insects and microorganisms. Here, all nutrients are thoroughly utilized. Late afternoon descends on the Serengeti. The cheetah still lives, but the wound hasn't healed. Each day is a struggle when the body no longer reaches optimal state. Survival ability now depends on wound recovery speed, if lucky to find easy-to-catch prey, and avoiding hyenas in coming days. The zebra herd continues moving south. In the herd, individuals bearing small wounds will become potential targets for tomorrow's hunts. Every creature on the plains carries an invisible countdown clock. When the moment has struck, all mistakes are irreversible. On the African plains, wounds don't just cause pain. They're also signals to enemies that you've weakened and gradually become a burden to your kind. Each wound is a death sentence. Duration depends on endurance and circumstances, where recovery ability decides the boundary between existence and collapse. When an individual weakens, another will replace it. There's no right or wrong, only continuous selection process between survival and elimination. As night falls over the Serengeti, another day closes. Those still living will awaken tomorrow to continue the race in the endless loop of wild Africa. In the heart of Africa, where morning light touches ancient tree canopies, nature is not just a survival battle, it's also an exquisite drama of adaptation. Strange behaviors, unexpected alliances, tactics that science still cannot fully decode. From tropical rainforests to arid grasslands, life has evolved along complex paths that humans have only begun to observe and understand. These are stories about intelligence, about perseverance, and about secrets that wild nature still silently keeps. In Queen Elizabeth National Park, Uganda, there's a phenomenon that even zoologists were once surprised by. Lions, Panthera leo, the species we know as ground dominators. But here, they climb trees. Not just a few individuals, but entire prides. They lie draped across thin branches over 5 meters above ground. For an adult lion weighing nearly 200 kilograms, this is abnormal behavior. So why do they do this? The first reason is to avoid tsetse flies and blood-sucking insects. Up high, the wind blows cooler, and there are fewer insects. The second reason is observation. From elevated positions, lions can see prey from afar and monitor competing rivals. And the third reason is cultural adaptation. Lion cubs learn this behavior from their mothers. This is knowledge passed through generations. Not all lions can do this. Only individuals in Ishasha. The environment has shaped this unique behavior. Lions lying in trees, looking down at the world below, like kings without thrones, but still ruling. This is proof that even species that have dominated for millions of years can still change to survive. In the heart of Africa and South America, where rivers can disappear completely, there's a miraculous creature called the lungfish. Lungfish, Protopterus annectans, have existed for over 400 million years. They are living fossils of evolution. When dry season comes and water depletes, most fish species will die. But lungfish have a different strategy. They dig a burrow in mud, curl up, and begin secreting a mucus layer surrounding their body. This mucus layer dries to form a protective cocoon. Inside, lungfish switch to breathing with lungs instead of gills. This state is called estivation. Heart rate slows. Metabolism reduces to minimum levels. They can survive like this for many years. When rainwater returns, the first drops seep into the cocoon. Lungfish begin to wake. The mucus layer dissolves. Within hours, the fish can swim again, as if time never passed. This is absolute survival ability. Proof that life can exist even in the harshest conditions. In the Miombo forests of southern Africa, a strange relationship has existed for thousands of years. It's the symbiosis between honey-guide birds and honey badgers. Honey-guide birds, indicator, are small birds with gray-brown plumage, but their abilities far exceed that modest appearance. They can locate wild beehives from hundreds of meters away, but alone, honey-guide birds cannot break through the hard shell of beehives. And this is when the companion appears. Honey badger, Mellivora capensis, one of the most fearless animals on the planet. When honey-guide birds emit their distinctive calls, honey badgers understand that honey is nearby. An alliance begins. Birds fly from branch to branch, continuously signaling directions. Below, honey badgers silently follow, each step slow and patient. Upon reaching the hive, honey badgers use extremely strong claws to tear apart the protective layer. Their thick skin is barely affected by stings. Honey badgers take the honey and larvae. Honey-guide birds wait, and when honey badgers leave, they eat the remaining beeswax pieces. For honey-guide birds, beeswax is a valuable nutrient that few bird species can digest. This is the reward for cooperation. A wordless alliance passed down by instinct has existed long before humans began observing and recording. On the vast grasslands of Africa, a pack of wild dogs is preparing for a hunt, but not immediately. African wild dogs, Lycaon pictus, are excellent hunters with success rates up to 80%. Before each hunt, they organize a social gathering. Individuals run around each other, touch muzzles, create excited sounds. But the most notable thing is not the calls, but the sneezes. And this is not random. Researchers have discovered that wild dogs use sneezing as a form of voting, nature's referendum. This is clear evidence of an organized society where decisions don't come from a single individual, but are formed by the collective. When enough votes are collected, the wild dog pack immediately switches to action, racing into grasslands at speeds reaching 60 kilometers per hour. Their target is impala antelope. The chase lasts many minutes, requiring precise and synchronized coordination. No individual acts alone. Each assumes a specific role. This is the power of consensus. Beneath murky water, a crocodile appears like a harmless piece of rotting wood. Perfect camouflage art helps it disappear completely before prey's eyes. Bats swoop down to the river surface to drink. They don't know that hundreds of pressure-sensing organs on crocodile skin are silently tracking. An explosive strike. The crocodile lunges at 12 meters per second, utilizing jaw force of thousands of PSI to finish the target in an instant. The life-death boundary just established through a perfect ambush. The river quiets again, continuing to conceal the assassin beneath the duckweed layer. From unexpected alliances to extraordinary survival tactics, wild nature never stops surprising. These strange behaviors are not abnormalities. They are evidence of adaptation, of intelligence, of the will to live. Each species carries its own story, and each creature holds an irreplaceable role in the grand picture of life on Earth. But by 2026, many of these natural behaviors are gradually disappearing as habitats increasingly shrink. Conservation is not just preserving species. It's preserving unique behaviors, knowledge passed through generations. Because when a species disappears, we don't just lose a creature, we lose the secrets that nature is still trying to tell. The first rays of dawn shine down on the Serengeti grasslands. A new day begins at the heart of Africa. Here, millions of creatures coexist in a complex ecological network, where predator and prey, strong and weak, intertwine their fates. But not all make their living by strength. Some have chosen another path, the path of opportunists. This is the story of Africa's most notorious thieves, those who survive on the fruits of others' labor. Spotted hyenas, Crocuta crocuta, can reach weights up to 70 kilograms, living in clans ranging from 10 to 80 individuals. With the strongest jaws among African carnivores. But 80% of their food comes from scavenging. They track other hunters like leopards and cheetahs, patiently waiting for the right opportunity. Spotted hyena's tactic is patience. One hyena may lose, but the whole clan is different. Numbers are weapons. Their calls echo across grasslands, summoning teammates. A leopard just brought down a stray antelope and prepares to drag prey up a tree, but it's too late. Patiently waiting, creating continuous psychological pressure. The leopard gradually exhausts and must make a choice: abandon prey or face the entire clan. Finally, survival instinct prevailed. Within just 2 minutes, the antelope carcass completely disappears. Meat, skin, and bones all consumed. This is not cruelty, but survival efficiency. African wild dogs, like Caon pictus, currently number only about 6,000 individuals in the wild and are classified as endangered. Unlike hyenas, they are professional hunters with hunt success rates up to 80%, highest among terrestrial carnivores. However, when opportunity presents, They're also ready to steal prey, especially when lions have eaten their fill and left. Speed is the key advantage. They rush in quickly, take remaining portions, and retreat before other rivals can react. Black-backed jackals, Canis mesomelas, are much smaller and lighter than other carnivores at only about 10 kilograms, but compensate with high intelligence and flexibility. They live in pairs or small groups, not strong enough to confront directly, so choose another strategy, waiting in shadows. Night is their activity time, when large hunters rest. They silently approach, searching for leftovers. A bone fragment, a bit of meat, not much, but enough to sustain life. That's the survival art of the small. In African skies exists another opportunist group, vultures, distant relatives of eagles, African white-backed vultures, Gyps africanus, with wingspans up to 2.5 meters and vision about 8 times stronger than humans, allowing them to detect carcasses from altitudes up to 4,000 meters. They don't hunt, but soar in the air, patiently observing all movements below. When an animal falls, vultures are the first to notice. They swoop down quickly, in numbers up to dozens, even hundreds. The scene is not beautiful, but necessary. They clean the savanna, prevent disease spread, a role no species can replace. Beneath the water surface, another opportunist waits. Nile crocodile, Crocodilus niloticus. Bodies up to 6 meters long, weighing nearly 1 ton and living over 100 years, they're considered living fossils, existing from over 200 million years ago. Possessing the strongest bite force among terrestrial creatures, but crocodiles aren't just active hunters. They also track other predators. When a leopard brings down an antelope near the riverbank, that could be a fatal mistake. In an instant, it lunges, yanking prey into water. The leopard can only stand stunned as the meal disappears before its eyes. Underwater, crocodiles perform the death roll. Violent spinning to tear prey into pieces. Efficient, brutal, but true to survival nature. And then there are lions, Panthera leo, often called kings of the savanna. But even kings have secrets. Lionesses are the main hunters, bringing back up to 80% of the pride's food. But the question is, who eats first? Male lions, weighing nearly double lionesses. They approach, push lionesses aside, and eat first. Privilege of the strong. This is not cruelty, but biological order. Male lions defend territory, face other rivals, and need large energy sources to survive. However, in many cases, male lions are also true opportunists. They don't hunt directly, but wander, seeking the right moment. A cheetah just brought down an antelope, the fastest land animal, but after the chase, it's nearly exhausted. A male lion smells blood and steps out from grass. The cheetah recognizes danger, but it's too late to flee. No confrontation. The cheetah must abandon hours of hunting effort while the lion claims victory without fighting. That's the savanna's law. Size determines power. But the cycle doesn't stop. When lions eat their fill and leave, others successively appear. Hyenas return. Wild dogs approach. From above, vultures swoop down. Jackals sneak in shadows. Each species takes its share. Nothing is wasted. Every bone, every piece of skin, every drop of blood has value and is utilized. Finally, only dried bloodstains remain on grass. The next day, grass will grow green again. The cycle continues. No winners, no losers. That's how the African savanna operates. No fairness or right and wrong, only survival and ability to seize opportunities. Hyenas, wild dogs, jackals, vultures, crocodiles, and lions, all are opportunists and all are survivors. In this ecosystem, no role is small. Each species assumes a specific function, from hunter to cleaner. All are necessary. Yet in the past 3 decades, African vulture numbers have dropped up to 80%. Hyenas gradually lose habitat. Wild dogs number only about 6,000 individuals in the wild. In 2026, humanity stands at a crossroads. Protect these so-called thieves, or lose the entire system they maintain. Each opportunist has a role. Each behavior has a function. They don't steal, they recycle, they regulate, they keep life continuing. The African savanna, where rules are written by nature, where each creature finds ways to survive in its own way. Some call them thieves, some call them opportunists, but nature doesn't judge. Nature only maintains balance. And in that balanced state, these thieves hold an irreplaceable role. Not heroes or villains, simply part of life. Because on this land, there's only one truth. To survive, sometimes you must hunt, sometimes you must wait, and sometimes you just need to appear at the right moment. This is Africa, where each day is a survival lesson, where opportunists also become teachers, teaching about adaptation, patience, and the art of existence. And in that lesson, there's a message for humanity. In nature, there are no bad guys, only creatures trying to live by any means possible. Therefore, when mentioning Africa's thieves, remember they don't steal, they survive. And that very survival has kept Africa forever vibrant. From grasslands to rivers, from ground to sky, each ecosystem layer has guardians, cleaners, and creatures recycling life. Africa, land of wonders, where each creature, whether large or small, hunter or thief, has a role in life's grand symphony. In nature, evolution has armed every species with its own tools for survival, from fangs and horns to venom and adaptive strategies. Among them, keratin claws appear across nearly every ecosystem, from aerial predators to giants that roam the land. Each claw has evolved to match a specific lifestyle, some to tear flesh, some to dig, others to grip prey with deadly precision. And when we ask which claws are the most dangerous, the answer does not lie with lions or tigers, but with species we least expect. In the rainforests of South America, the giant anteater moves slowly through the undergrowth, weighing around 40 kilograms, seemingly harmless in appearance. It has no teeth. Its diet consists mainly of ants and termites. At first glance, it appears to be one of the forest's most defenseless creatures. But look at its forefeet. 4 sickle-shaped claws, nearly 10 centimeters long, powerful enough to tear open termite mounds as hard as concrete. When threatened, the anteater rises onto its hind legs, spreading its forelimbs. In this stance, its claws become lethal weapons. These claws can rip through a leopard's flesh. There are documented cases of giant anteaters killing leopards during confrontations. On the other side of the world, deep in the rainforests of Queensland, Australia, an ancient bird moves silently across the damp forest floor, the cassowary, Casuarius casuarius. Standing up to 1.8 meters tall and weighing 60 kilograms, its most terrifying weapon is not its size, but its feet. The middle toe bears a dagger-like claw measuring up to 12 centimeters. When it kicks, all the force is focused onto this razor-sharp point. The impact is comparable to a professional boxer's punch, but concentrated into a far smaller area, enough to pierce flesh or cause severe internal injuries. The cassowary is considered the most dangerous bird on Earth, fearless of humans and willing to attack when threatened. In the mountains and forests of North America, the grizzly bear roams in search of food, weighing up to 300 kilograms and possessing overwhelming strength. Grizzly claws range from 5 to 10 centimeters in length. Unlike feline claws, they cannot retract and remain in constant contact with the ground, providing superior grip for digging and movement. These claws are used to unearth roots and insects, but when necessary, they instantly become deadly weapons. A single swipe from a grizzly's paw can shatter the ribs of large animals. Combined with immense mass and muscle, it is a devastating blow. In the world of big cats, claws follow a very different design. Lions, tigers, and leopards possess fully retractable claws hidden within protective sheaths. This mechanism keeps the claws razor sharp by preventing wear during walking. When hunting, muscles and tendons extend the claws, turning the paws into perfect weapons. A tiger's claws can reach 10 centimeters in length. Combined with a bite force of over 1,000 psi, they form a lethal partnership. Claws to hold, jaws to kill. Yet even more remarkable is a smaller cat, the caracal. Weighing around 15 kilograms, it possesses extraordinarily agile and precise claws. The caracal can leap up to 3 meters from a standing position, snatching birds out of the air mid-flight. A rare and astonishing skill. Above the rainforest canopy, another predator soars. The harpy eagle, Harpia harpia, the largest eagle in the Americas, with a wingspan nearing 2 meters. Its true weapons lie in its legs, where talons measuring 10 to 13 centimeters rival those of a grizzly bear, the most powerful of any bird. The crushing grip of a harpy eagle can exceed 300 kilograms per square centimeter, enough to shatter the skulls of monkeys or sloths in seconds. Harpy eagles hunt within dense forest canopies, weaving through branches at speed, guided by exceptional vision and flawless aerial control. Each species has evolved claws suited precisely to its environment and way of life. There is no single, most dangerous claw, only the most effective design. Grizzlies use claws to dig, harpy eagles to crush, anteaters to break. By 2026, many of these species face increasing threats from habitat loss, poaching, and global climate change. Claws stand as living proof of evolutionary power. Millions of years spent refining every detail to create perfect tools for survival. Because behind every claw lies a story of adaptation, instinct, and the intricate beauty of nature, a lesson humanity is still learning. The Serengeti savanna is home to over 3 million herbivores, but it's also territory of the planet's most dangerous predators. Each day, life here is a ceaseless battle of wits. Herbivores have no fangs or claws, no venom. They only have survival instinct. In this ecosystem, each herbivore species has developed different skills, but all aim toward one single purpose: to survive. This is the story of adaptation, about how seemingly vulnerable species have existed and continue to exist through millions of years of evolution. Wildebeest can reach speeds up to 70 kilometers per hour, but for them, speed is not the only weapon for survival. Zebras live in large herds. In Serengeti alone, numbers reach 200,000 individuals. This very scale is their survival strategy. Giraffes stand nearly 6 meters tall. Their vision encompasses the entire savanna. Height itself is absolute security advantage. African buffalo with massive horns can inflict fatal injuries, making them one of the least attacked herbivore species. Each species possesses distinct advantages, but all exist in one unchanging reality. Danger is always present and never disappears. Regarding senses, antelope ears can rotate 360 degrees. They detect sounds from 1 kilometer distance. This is a natural early warning system. Zebra eyes are positioned on sides of the head, vision nearly 360 degrees. They can see behind without turning their heads. Buffalo's sense of smell is 5 times more acute than humans. They can smell lions from 300 meters, time enough to prepare defense. Giraffes combine all 3 senses, but the greatest advantage is height. From 6 meters high, they see what's coming first. When one detects danger, the entire herd reacts. Information spreads in just seconds. Collective warning system. Regarding speed and endurance, wildebeest have maximum speed of 70 kilometers per hour, and they maintain this speed continuously for 5 kilometers. Cheetahs are faster, 110 kilometers per hour, but can only run 300 meters before exhaustion. Wildebeest know this. The tactic is to prolong the chase. Run zigzag, change direction suddenly, deplete the predator's energy. Zebras aren't as fast as antelope. Maximum speed 65 kilometers per hour, but they have astonishing endurance. In annual migration, zebras run over 3,000 kilometers. Their bodies evolved for endurance, not explosive speed. Regarding herd tactics, this is the most fundamental principle. A solitary zebra has survival rate below 20%. When lions attack, herds quickly form defensive formation. Young in the center, adult individuals surrounding outside. Wildebeest apply different tactics. When pursued, they run in multiple directions, disrupting predator coordination and creating escape opportunities. Giraffes usually stay in small groups, 3 to 5 individuals. They take turns on guard. When one eats, others observe. Buffalo, when threatened, they point horns outward, young in the middle. Even lions hesitate to attack this formation. With zebras, stripe patterns aren't just for beauty. When the entire herd moves simultaneously, stripes overlap, creating visual interference phenomenon. This makes predators difficult to focus on a specific individual, reducing hunt success rate by about 30%. Antelope possess brown-yellow coats, blending perfectly with dry grass color in dry season. When standing still, they're nearly invisible before predator eyes. Giraffes utilize height for camouflage. When standing among tall trees, only the head protrudes, making them from afar look like motionless branches. The African savanna is the harshest survival test, but herbivores have passed through millions of years of evolution. They have no fangs, claws, or venom, but possess acute senses, superior speed, and collective intelligence. The relationship between predator and prey is not a story of winning or losing, but of balance, where both coexist to maintain the ecosystem. By 2026, protecting this savanna becomes more important than ever, because this is not just home to countless species, but also the common heritage of the entire planet. Dawn over the Serengeti grasslands. The first light of a new day spreads across the horizon. Tanzania, East Africa, where borders between nations blur beneath the ceaseless footsteps of wildlife. This is the land of great migrations, where millions of wildebeest and zebras move with cycles of rain and drought. And here too, a pride of lions prepares to embark on the longest journey of their lives, a journey crossing national borders. The pride consists of 6 adult females, 2 male lions, and 4 6-month-old cubs. Africa's largest cat species, famous for their strength, coordinated hunting, and astonishing adaptability to harsh environments. The dry season has lasted over 4 months, water sources gradually depleting, prey increasingly scarce. The lion pride must choose, stay and face starvation, or follow the footsteps of the Great Migration. The decision has been made. The entire group will head toward Kenya, where rains have already begun arriving earlier. A journey nearly 100 kilometers long, through unfamiliar terrain, through nameless dangers. Wildebeest went ahead 2 weeks ago. The tracks still very clear. This is the route their ancestors traveled for thousands of years. The first day closes. The lion pride has covered 20 kilometers, but the road ahead is still very long. Lions are the most complex group living animals in the cat family, Cooperation is the key to survival. Lion eyes can see in darkness 6 times better than humans. Hearing detects prey from distances over 1 kilometer. From afar rings the deep rumble of another lion pride, a clear sign they've entered territory. This is one of the greatest challenges. Lions are very territorial. Any intruder is a threat. But our pride doesn't seek conflict. They just want to pass through, quietly and quickly. By dawn's break, they've passed through that territory safely. No bloodshed. A rare fortune on this harsh journey. Day 4. They reach another boundary. No signs, no fences, but this is the most dangerous boundary. Human boundary, roads connecting villages, engine sounds, strange smells, unfamiliar dangers. Over 30 lions are killed by vehicles each year on these roads. Humans and wildlife are sharing the same space. But greater danger still waits ahead. A Maasai herding village, where livestock roam free on the savanna. For hungry lions, a goat is a much easier target than wild antelope. But that's also people's livelihood. The Maasai have lived alongside lions for hundreds of years. They understand their presence, but cannot always be tolerant. The lion pride chooses to circle around this area. They don't hunt, don't provoke. Survival instinct guides each step. The next morning, the lion pride reaches the border between Tanzania and Kenya. An invisible line on maps, but to them, just continuing grassland. In Kenya, conservation policy differs from Tanzania. Anti-poaching patrols are tightened, corridors for wildlife expanded. However, the greatest challenge still lies ahead. The Mara River flows swiftly, water murky and full of crocodiles. Lions aren't good swimmers like leopards, but they have no other choice. Prey has crossed the river. The male lion advances first to test depth. Water rises nearly to its head. It roars a signal. One individual at a time jumps in. Cubs stay close to mothers. Current pulls strongly, but the entire pride swims with all remaining strength. A crocodile approaches, but before it can attack and the lion group reaches shore, it must retreat. All set foot on the other bank. Exhausted, but safe. They've entered Kenya, into Masai Mara, where green grasslands stretch to the horizon. And prey is there. Thousands of wildebeest, thousands of zebras, gathered following early season rains. That day, the lion pride brought down an antelope. It's the first meal after nearly a week of hunger and thirst. And this time, all members share portions. In short attack phases, lions can reach speeds up to 60 kilometers per hour. However, the crucial factor is always surprise. Lion hunting success rate is only about 30%. Each hunt is a risky gamble, and thus, each meal carries survival value. But the journey isn't finished yet. The wildebeest herd will continue moving with the rains, and the lion pride will continue following their tracks. In coming weeks, they may return to Tanzania or stay in Kenya a few more months. No one can know beforehand. But political boundaries can't stop survival instinct. Lions have moved like this for thousands of years. Today, only about 20,000 individual lions remain in the wild, decreased nearly 50% in just the past 30 years. The greatest threat to them isn't nature, but shrinking habitat and increasingly escalating conflict with humans. However, hope remains. In 2026, Kenya and Tanzania signed a cross-border conservation agreement. Wildlife corridors are protected, allowing lions and many other species to move freely according to life's natural rhythm. The Maasai play a crucial role in this effort. They are the first guardians and also the bridge between humans and wildlife. Compensation programs help communities accept coexistence with lions, protecting livestock without needing to kill predators. Educating the younger generation helps them understand that lions aren't enemies, but heritage, the country's common asset. Ecotourism also brings sustainable income. Throughout its lifetime, a living individual lion can generate economic value exceeding $1 million. Conservation, thus, is not just protecting animals, but protecting the entire ecosystem and the people living within it. Our lion pride has now temporarily settled in Masai Mara. 4 cubs grow each day, stronger, more independent. One day, they too will undertake their own cross-border journeys, like their parents, like their ancestors. That journey will be less harsh if humans continue to protect and cooperate. Lions are symbols of Africa, apex of the food chain, guardians of balance for the entire savanna. When we protect lions, we protect the entire ecosystem and ultimately protect ourselves. Borderlines on maps may divide nations, but nature doesn't recognize boundaries. Life has no borders. And in that lion pride's ceaseless journey, there's a clear message. The future of wildlife lies in our hands. The Serengeti grasslands at dawn. A pride of lions lies under the shade of trees after a failed night of hunting. Not far away, a pack of wild dogs is beginning their day. When looking at these two species, most people would bet on the lion. They are bigger, stronger, with claws and fangs far more formidable than the small wild dog. But if asked which species is Africa's best hunter, the answer will surprise many. Not the lion, not the leopard, but the wild dog. This is the story of the carnivore with the highest hunting success rate on the planet, about how a small creature surpasses giants through tactics and persistence. Data from over 20 years of research in the Serengeti and Okavango shows clear numbers. Lions' hunting success rate is only about 20 to 30%. Meanwhile, a pack of wild dogs with 6 to 10 individuals has a success rate of 70 to 85%, 3 times higher than lions. This means in 10 hunting attempts, wild dogs succeed 8 times, while lions may come back empty-handed 7 to 8 times. The difference is enormous. The first secret lies in hunting strategy. Lions are ambush predators, relying on explosive speed over short distances. They will give up after 100 meters. In contrast, wild dogs apply a completely different tactic, operating like marathon runners of the animal world, capable. Their speed isn't as high as cheetahs, but they can maintain 50 to 60 kilometers per hour for several continuous minutes. This is their true weapon. Prey may excel in short distances but cannot sustain it long term. And wild dogs only need to pursue continuously, giving the prey no chance to rest. Body temperature gradually increases. After 5 minutes of continuous running, they begin to overheat. After 10 minutes, they are completely exhausted. The second secret is pack coordination. Lions typically hunt in small groups of 2 to 3. But wild dogs hunt with the entire. They can take turns leading. When the front individual tires, another takes over. The prey always faces a fresh pursuer. Simultaneously, other individuals run along different paths, cutting off the prey's escape routes. This intelligent encirclement tactic leaves the prey with no way out. Communication within the pack is also superior. Wild dogs emit special calls to coordinate. Each individual knows exactly what they need to do without seeing each other. The third secret is persistence. Lions typically give up after 1 or 2 failures because they expend too much energy. They need long rest periods to recover. But wild dogs can try multiple times in one morning. If the first attempt fails, they rest 15 minutes, then continue, never giving up easily. Their bodies are designed for endurance. Heart and lungs are larger in proportion to body size. An efficient circulatory system helps continuously supply oxygen to muscles. Long, slender legs help them expend less energy when running. Each stride is optimized for performance, not wasting a single calorie. The fourth secret is they hunt at the right time. Unlike lions that typically hunt at dusk and night, wild dogs hunt in the early morning and late afternoon. At these times, the temperature is cooler. They don't overheat during endurance running. Prey are also moving to find food, easier to detect and less vigilant. Additionally, wild dogs face fewer scavengers at these times, as lions and hyenas typically rest in the morning, creating conditions for them to take advantage. Eating speed is also an advantage. When prey is caught, the entire pack tears the meat extremely quickly. They can finish eating an antelope in 15 minutes before scavengers arrive. Lions typically take hours to eat a large prey, easily discovered and robbed by hyenas. Wild dogs give others no chance. But there's a fact few people know. Despite being better hunters, wild dogs are the most endangered species among Africa's large carnivores. Only about 6,600 individuals remain in the wild, fewer than lions, fewer than leopards. Perfect hunting skills aren't enough to protect them from humans. Habitat loss, diseases from domestic dogs, and conflicts with livestock herders are the 3 biggest threats. When territory is fragmented, packs cannot hunt effectively. Conservation organizations are working to create movement corridors and protect large territories. Wild dogs need extensive space to maintain packs and hunt prey. Wild dogs teach the core lesson that strength doesn't always correlate with size, but often comes from intelligent tactics and effective coordination. On the African grasslands, survival victory doesn't belong to the strongest, but to the species that adapts well, persists, and excels at teamwork. Through thousands of years of evolution, African wild dogs have proven this, and if protected, they will continue to maintain their role as the superior hunters of this ecosystem. The African savanna spreads beneath the vast sky, land of giants, where strength is usually measured in tons. But strength in nature isn't only measured by size. There's another law, more subtle. It's the ratio between strength and body weight. when lowering vision to the arid grass carpets, where tiny creatures possess strength far beyond any ordinary comparison. This is the story about strength in nature. Not about the largest, but about creatures that found ways to maximize every gram of their body. On a fresh buffalo dung pile, a small creature is working. Dung beetle, Scarabaeus sacer, only 3 centimeters long and weighing 2 grams. The dung beetle is doing something seemingly impossible. They're shaping and rolling a dung ball weighing 200 grams, 100 times their body weight. But this isn't the limit yet. In scientific experiments, dung beetles have pulled objects weighing 1,141 times their body weight. To visualize, this equals a person weighing 70 kilograms lifting 80 tons, nearly equal to a modern tank. The secret lies in body structure. Dung beetles have hard exoskeletons made from chitin. Muscles inside attach directly to the shell, creating an extremely efficient lever system. Not far away, a long line moves on the ground. Leafcutter ants, adaptations, each individual weighing only a few milligrams, but carrying leaf pieces many times larger than their body. Leafcutter ants can carry objects 50 times their body weight, moving vertically and gripping firmly on all surfaces, even smooth ceilings. The ant's secret lies in special neck muscles. This muscle occupies nearly half the body mass and can withstand tremendous pressure without injury. The reason small creatures are disproportionately strong is due to physical laws. When size decreases, surface area decreases slower than volume and mass. This helps small muscles have a large contact area ratio relative to the mass-needing movement, creating advantages no giant creature can achieve. But when we talk about absolute strength, the rules change completely. Near the riverbank, a giant creature steps out from acacia bushes. African elephant, Loxodonta africana. Adult males can weigh up to 6 tons. This is the largest land animal still existing on the planet. The elephant trunk is nature's most versatile tool. Made from over 40,000 separate muscle bundles, no bones, completely muscle and tendon. The trunk alone can lift objects weighing 350 kilograms, while their whole body can pull and push masses up to 6,000 kilograms. In exchange for enormous strength, elephants must consume nearly 150 kilograms of food daily and spend about 18 hours continuously just eating. Not far away, white rhinoceros Ceratotherium simum appears. Males weighing over 2 tons, possessing horns up to 1.5 meters long, full of power. Thanks to extremely developed neck muscles, rhinos can lift and fling objects weighing over 1 ton, turning the horn into a terrifying attack weapon. But there's one species whose strength isn't measured by lifting ability. It's measured by pressure. In murky river water, a pair of eyes looks up. Nile crocodile, Crocodilus niloticus, up to 6 meters long, has existed through 200 million years of evolution, nearly unchanged, proof of perfect design. Their weapon is the jaw. Nile crocodile bite force reaches 5,000 psi, world's strongest, far exceeding human bite force. When attacking, crocodile jaw-closing muscles contract with tremendous strength, enough to crush buffalo bones or hold tight until drowning. Ironically, crocodile jaw-opening muscles are very weak, to the extent an adult human can hold their mouth shut with bare hands. Evolution only invested energy in closing jaws, not opening them, showing natural strength always optimizes according to survival objectives. Every strength has its own price. Elephants need to eat large quantities. Crocodiles lie motionless, conserving energy. Tiny dung beetles get crushed. Each species found its own position in the ecosystem, from dung beetles recycling waste, ants building complex nests, to elephants opening paths, crocodiles controlling fish populations. In 2026, these species face harsh challenges from climate change, habitat loss, and illegal hunting. Facing that reality, conservation efforts are being intensified with expanded reserves and tightened laws when people realize limits. Strength doesn't lie in conquering nature, but in understanding and respect when each species, large or small, all have irreplaceable roles. East African savanna. Dawn has not yet broken. A new day begins like any other, but in this world, no day is truly like another. This is a land where every species is a link in the chain. Today's hunter can be tomorrow's prey. That order is not fixed. It changes by the hour, by each decision. And among all those species, there's one often underestimated, not the largest, not the fastest, but the one with the most complex social organization. This is the story of encounters, of losses, and of what happens after, when the hunter becomes the hunted. Baboons, the largest primate in southern Africa. Adult males weigh 25 to 45 kilograms. Canines up to 5 centimeters long, longer than lion canines, proportionate to body size. Baboon troops can reach 200 individuals. Within the troop, there's clear hierarchy. Large males protect the outer ring. Females and young stay at the center. They're omnivorous, from fruits and roots to insects and small reptiles, even newborn antelope when opportunity arises. This flexibility helps them survive many challenges. But in their habitat, every foraging day carries risk. Tall trees, open grassland, riverbanks, each terrain has its own predators. Morning, the troop spreads out foraging near sparse acacia woodland. A young male, about 3 years old, separates from the group, chasing prey by instinct. Not far away, a leopard has spotted the young baboon, the most perfect hunter in Africa in terms of stealth and terrain versatility. Leopards don't move, make no sound. They can lie motionless for hours, waiting for prey to come within striking range. The young male runs through the ambushed predator's line of sight. He doesn't know death is right beside him, about to claim his life. A leap erupts. At maximum speed, the leopard allows no mistakes. It quickly seizes the young male. The baboon can't react. That moment ends faster than any description can convey. This is nature's truth, not cruelty. But the baboon troop isn't far. And in baboon troops, every call carries information. The alarm call, leopard attacking. Within seconds, the entire troop's behavior transforms completely. No longer individuals foraging separately. All move in one direction, one objective. The leopard has a choice: climb the tree with prey or abandon it and escape. But the troop arrives too fast. Large males weighing 40 kilograms, 5-centimeter canines, and most important of all, they come together. This is no longer individual confrontation. The leopard decides in an instant, abandons the kill and flees. This is the right choice. Being isolated by a baboon troop is extremely dangerous. The troop doesn't pursue. They understand it's futile. Instead, the group quickly restores order and minimizes loss. Days later, another threat, another species, lions. A pride of 4 lionesses moves into the area where the troop is foraging on a quiet morning. The response to lions is completely different from the response to leopards. Leopards are threats from above. Lions are threats on the ground. From above, the troop observes. They call loudly so the lions know they've been detected. In the hunting world, losing the element of surprise means losing the greatest advantage. The lion pride passes without stopping. To lions, baboons and trees aren't priority targets, but young ones on the ground are different. One lioness separates from the pride, lying hidden in tall grass near where the troop gathers to drink. She's been observing, and she's waiting for a young one to stray. A young baboon runs farther than the others. The lioness charges. Faster than any reaction can intervene. The young baboon has no chance. The troop reacts immediately but doesn't approach. They know lions aren't leopards. A lion's strength and speed on the ground don't allow that. A 130-kilogram lioness on open ground isn't an opponent the troop can effectively surround. They know this. But baboons don't forget. Research documents that this species can remember individuals of other species, especially those that have harmed the troop. The next day, Limpopo River. The troop comes to drink along their familiar route. Below the murky water, crocodiles wait for careless prey. In the troop, young ones typically drink at positions closest to shore. But riverbanks don't always allow ideal formation. A young baboon bends to drink. In an instant, the water erupts. No warning, no prior sound. A technique refined over millions of years. No chance for the young baboon. Nile crocodiles with bite force around 5,000 psi and reflexes under 0.1 seconds leave no gap. The troop remains at the water's edge. A few males just watch and roar. That behavior doesn't change the outcome, but shows social structure doesn't easily dissolve after loss. Then they leave. Order is re-established in heavy silence. Ahead still lies grassland, where risk and opportunity always coexist. A week later, the lioness pride returns, bringing 2 cubs about 6 weeks old. When the mothers leave to hunt, the 2 lie beneath low tree cover. Baboons discover this before we realize. From the tree branches, the lion mothers have gone far. 2 lion cubs lie alone. What follows is neither pure predation nor defense. Researchers call it redirected accumulated aggression, a complex social response. A male baboon picks up the lion cub, not frantically, just carries it and gradually climbs higher. The cub is completely helpless in this situation. At that height, the lion cub cannot survive a fall. A 6-week-old skeletal system isn't strong enough to withstand impact from over 15 meters. The lion mother returns quickly, roaring beneath the canopy, but climbing isn't her capability. Vertical distance is an absolute limit. The male baboon looks down and releases his grip, a behavior documented in primate studies in South Africa as a form of redirected accumulated aggression. He leaves by another route, not looking back. The troop regroups and continues moving. No ceremony, only cold continuation. In nature, good and evil don't exist. Only strategies selected through evolution, shaped by social memory and survival pressure. Chakma baboons still maintain large populations, but shrinking habitat and increasing urban conflict pose new challenges. When dusk falls, they climb the tallest acacia trees, choosing height as their shield. Tomorrow repeats, like every survival cycle. Afternoon sunlight illuminates the Serengeti grasslands. Dry grass glows golden under temperatures of 35 degrees Celsius, a typical day in the heart of Africa. Here, every meal must be contested. Predator and prey, robber and robbed. The line between success and failure is very fragile. 2 predator species are about to collide. One side is a warrior with deadly weapons. One side is an opportunistic thief who will claim victory. This is the story of an unexpected encounter, when a plan to steal prey becomes a battle to the death. when instinct decides survival. The secretary bird is one of Africa's most unique birds of prey. They stand over 1 meter tall and have a wingspan of nearly 2 meters. The name comes from the black feathers behind the head, resembling quill pens tucked behind a secretary's ear in olden times. But this bird is anything but gentle. They hunt snakes, large lizards, rodents, insects, but venomous snakes are their favorite. They have a unique hunting technique: kick prey to death. Long legs, sharp curved talons, specially developed leg muscles. A kick can generate force of nearly 20 kilograms, enough to crush the bones of venomous snakes. Serval, also called grassland wildcat, smaller than spotted leopards but larger than house cats. They weigh about 9 to 18 kilograms. The largest ears in the cat family relative to body size, superhuman hearing, can hear mice moving underground. Long legs, highest leg-to-body ratio in the cat family. It can jump up to 3 meters high and achieves a hunting success rate of about 50%. But today, the serval isn't hunting. It's seeking opportunity, stealing prey from others, conserving energy, increasing survival efficiency. The secretary bird has just found a snake, puff adder. Venomous, dangerous, but to the secretary bird, this is a good meal. The snake rears its head, opens its mouth threateningly, ready to inject venom. But the secretary bird has faced such situations countless times. A kick shoots out lightning fast, precise, strikes the snake's head directly. It writhes violently, but isn't dead yet. Another kick, then another. The snake lies motionless. The secretary bird bends down to check the prey. Victory is clear, but in the grass, another is watching silently. The serval presses itself flat to the ground. It moves slowly, each step separated by several seconds. No sound. Every movement is calculated. It weighs options quickly. The bird is taller, heavier, and has extremely powerful legs. But that fat snake is a valuable protein source. It steps slowly forward, not to hunt the bird, but to steal the prey, a familiar tactic of an opportunistic hunter. The secretary bird reacts immediately. Defensive instinct flares. It clamps the snake tightly in its beak and won't let go. This prey belongs to it. It spreads its wings nearly 2 meters wide, creating a large visual wall. The goal is to make the cat back down, a familiar defensive tactic. The serval backs away a few steps, but doesn't leave. It circles slowly, eyes still locked on target, patiently waiting for a moment of vulnerability. It lunges again, testing the bird's powerful legs. Claws touch wing feathers, but still not enough to steal the snake. The snake falls to the ground, but the conflict has now gone beyond food. No longer a dispute over prey. This is a battle. The secretary bird unleashes the first kick, lightning fast. Nearly 20 kilograms of force in an instant, misses the cat's head by just a few centimeters. The serval dodges quickly. Reflexes of a born hunter. It lunges, trying to bite the bird's knee joint to neutralize the dangerous legs. The bird jumps back. Second kick hits the cat's shoulder. Not strong enough to cause serious injury, but enough to cause pain. An accurate kick could shatter the serval's jaw, ending its hunting ability forever. Therefore, the cat must strike very fast and precisely. The serval lunges again, this time lowering its body. It pounces on the secretary bird's chest area. Claws dig deep, pulling the bird down. The secretary bird struggles violently. Wings beat on hard, creating wind currents that send dust flying. It tries to kick, but the serval has latched too close for the strike to be effective. The battle lasts about 3 minutes, consuming enormous metabolic energy. Both are breathing heavily, but neither side will let go. The serval changes tactics. It seeks the bird's neck position. This is the cat family's familiar killing technique, the suffocating bite. The secretary bird senses danger. It struggles to escape, but the cat's weight presses heavily. Wings no longer have space to swing. The serval seizes the bird's neck. Fangs sink deep, not piercing completely, but clamping tight. The goal is to cut off oxygen. Time decides life and death. The bird lies on the ground, wings spread wide on the dry earth. It's still alive, but no longer has strength to continue fighting. The cat still holds the bird's neck tight. It doesn't loosen. The struggling weakens with each second, each breath, until the body is motionless. After about 5 minutes, all movement ceases. The warrior has fallen. The opportunist wins, not through strength, but through tactics. The serval releases the bird. It's exhausted. Victory has come, but the price is very high. Energy expended equivalent to many days of normal hunting. It doesn't eat the bird. Instead, it drags out the snake, the original meal, the reason for the conflict. It eats hurriedly before others appear. 15 minutes later, vultures land. They clean up what remains. Here, nothing is wasted. The cycle continues. Prey stealing is common behavior in Africa. Hyenas steal from leopards. Lions comes more difficult. But this behavior is full of risk. About half the time, the thief gets injured, 1/5 end in death. The price to pay is very high. Climate change makes food sources scarcer. Competition increases. Prey theft occurs more frequently. Mortality rates also rise. Both servals and secretary birds are species that need conservation. Their numbers are declining, as habitats increasingly shrink. As the sun sets over the Serengeti, the grassland gradually quiets again. The cat has left. Vultures have flown away. Only traces of battle remain on the sand. In the harsh reality of the African bush, the line between hunter and prey is always fragile. The thief can become the executioner. No heroes, no villains, only creatures trying to survive by any means and any tactics possible. And in the silence of the Serengeti night, one law still silently operates. Nature doesn't judge. Nature only selects. The wiser one, the luckier one, the one still alive. It is dawn on an African riverbank. The water has not yet turned blue. A thin layer of mist clings low to the surface, refusing to disappear. Everything is waiting for the day to begin. A gray heron stands motionless on a rock near the shore, not hunting, not moving, just standing there, as if it understands that mornings here demand silence. Nearby, an antelope drinks, small sips, head down, then up again, scanning its surroundings in a rhythm repeated thousands of times before. This is a place every animal must come to, and every one of them must pay some kind of price for a drink. That price is never announced in advance. Lions, the dominant predators of the African savanna. Strength, speed, coordinated hunting. On land, few animals can confront them directly and come out on top. This pride has several cubs under 3 months old. At this age, their brains are still in the phase of exploration, even toward things their instincts have not yet learned to name. The lioness stops about 5 meters from the water's edge. She looks left, then right, then along the surface. It is a habit, but not a complete safety check. Beneath the water, another sensory system is already at work. Along the crocodile's jaws and body are thousands of pressure receptors. It knew the lions were coming before it ever saw them. The Nile crocodile, a reptile that existed long before the dinosaurs disappeared. And it still hunts this way because it has never needed to change. A crocodile does not hunt in the usual sense. It does not chase. It does not surround. It does not need a complicated plan. It simply waits until the target brings itself within reach. The lioness scans the area one more time. The surface is calm, no unusual sound. She allows the pride to approach and drink. It is the most reasonable decision she can make with the information she has. And that is exactly the problem. This is a problem with no perfect answer. The pride needs water to survive the day. That need cannot be postponed. But every trip to the riverbank means accepting a risk that can never be fully controlled. The smallest cub drifts away. It moves closer to the water's edge than the others. The distance from its mother grows, 10 meters, 12, 15. No one notices. The lioness is splitting her attention between the others and her own need to drink. One animal cannot monitor 4 directions with equal precision at the same time. The bend in the river and the sudden drop near the bank erase the usual warning signs. Lions have no way of reading the underwater terrain, so their ability to judge danger is limited. The early morning light gives the crocodile an even greater ambush advantage. And when several disadvantages stack together, the cub's chances of becoming prey rise sharply. The cub edges closer, crossing into the danger zone. Beneath the surface, the crocodile adjusts its posture without creating a ripple. This is the moment when two worlds are separated by only a thin layer of water. On one side, curiosity and exploration. On the other, a waiting strategy refined over millions of years. The attack comes without warning. The crocodile's jaws clamp shut in less than half a second, with enough force to lock onto the cub's forelimb instantly. The lioness reacts at once, covering roughly 15 meters in under 2 seconds, her roar tearing across the riverbank. But by then, the cub is already being dragged into the water. The crocodile does not need to kill on land. It only needs to pull the prey into the water. Once there, every advantage shifts completely, and the lioness knows that. She charges in up to her shoulders, slamming at the surface. But there is nothing there, only water. And beneath it, her cub is being pulled in a direction she cannot follow. She stops. No more roaring. She simply stands there, shoulder deep in a river that is not hers, staring into the surface with helpless eyes. Below, the crocodile has not yet dragged the cub into safe depth. The cub is still struggling, not from conscious decision, but from the body's raw mechanical reflex against the pull. The lioness manages to bite the crocodile's tail, the only part still within reach. The bite is not enough to injure it, but enough to throw it off for a second. The crocodile responds with a death roll, spinning violently. The lioness is forced to let go, but the twisting changes the angle of the bite, and in that brief instant, the cub slips free. The lioness drags the cub back onto the bank. She does not stop. She does not look back. She retreats farther and farther from the edge until her paws are fully on dry ground. The riverbank is where two worlds touch. The crocodile does not pursue. On land, the game has changed. It knows its limits, just as the lions know theirs. The cub is breathing hard. The lioness begins licking the wound slowly, over and over again. Beneath the surface, the crocodile has already returned to its old position. Motionless, almost invisible. Nothing about it suggests failure. To a crocodile, waiting is never wasted. The entire attack lasted less than 15 seconds. But that was more than enough to leave a mark. Not in words, but in sensation, in instinct, in reflex. In the days that follow, the pride still has to return to the river, but not at dawn, and not so close to the edge. This is how knowledge passes through generations in the wild. Not through teaching, but through pain severe enough for the body to remember longer than any lesson ever could. The mistake that morning did not belong to the cub. It did not have enough information to understand what it was doing wrong. The mistake belonged to the moment of judgment, to 4 stacked disadvantages. A Nile crocodile can go a very long time without food. Waiting is not a choice for it. It is survival. Every time the lions return to the riverbank, to the crocodile, it is simply another opportunity. Lion cubs in the wild rarely survive their first year. Every injury lowers those odds. This cub may recover if infection does not set in. When drought lasts too long, species are forced to gather around the few water sources that remain. The distance between predator and prey shrinks, and encounters like this one become far more common. The striking thing is, neither side is wrong. The crocodile is only doing what it has always done. The lioness is too. In nature, there is no right or wrong, only outcomes. These two species have coexisted along Africa's rivers for millions of years, not because of peace, but because both sides understand the boundary. The lioness does not know exactly where she went wrong. She only knows what happened. And in this world, the result is the only lesson that lasts. The injured cub carries a lesson today that cannot be taught in safety. It may not understand it yet, but its body already remembers. And in the wild, that is enough. Mistake becomes data. Danger becomes knowledge. And that knowledge, if the cub survives long enough to use it, may become a lifelong survival advantage. The burden is not strength. It is responsibility. The lioness does not live only for herself. Every choice she makes affects her young. Survival is not about always winning. It is a chain of choices, mostly right, sometimes wrong. And one mistake at the wrong moment can change everything. The riverbank does not change after the pride leaves. The crocodile is still there. The water is flat again. Everything returns to normal, as if nothing ever happened. Tomorrow, the lions will come back, but not quite the same as today. The lioness will stand farther away, choose a different moment, keep the cubs closer, not because she has planned it, but because she remembers in her own way. And when dusk falls, the river will keep flowing as it always does. It holds no memory. Only the creatures who live beside it must remember if they want to survive.